Thank you, Toastmasters C, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. When I had the opportunity to visit Yosemite National Park several years ago, I was so excited for several reasons. First of all, I was embarking on the first week of training with a cohort of other interns who would be working at national parks across the country. And this was our first week together to really get to know each other, build some relationships, and start our process of our summer project together. The second reason was I had just never explored the great, epic national parks out west. And I was so excited to get a chance to take part in Yosemite National Park. The third reason was my boyfriend at the time was a mountain climber, and he had scaled up the rock faces of Yosemite, and I thought I was going to prove myself to be just as noble and intrepid as he, and do one of those journeys, not on the rock face, but on another approach. The trip through the valley of Yosemite to the summit of Half Dome is quite an arduous trek, and it requires some physical and mental preparation, of which I did probably the bare minimum of both in order to prepare for this trip. The physical preparation is needed because it's approximately 10 to 12 hours of hiking. It's about 8 miles one way, and there's an elevation gain of approximately 4,000 feet or so for the route that we took. So in terms of physical preparation, I knew I was going several weeks ahead of time, so I threw on my running shoes and I went for a jog around the block once or twice. I felt really good. I felt really good around mile 1.1, and that was good for me. You also need really good walking shoes. You need about a gallon or more of water. You need some good snacks, and you need really good company to keep your spirits up along the way. Now, in terms of mental preparation, I did the best I could in terms of dealing with my anxiety for my fear of heights. I have a horrible fear of heights, something I've always had. I stay away from ledges. I stay off of ladders. I stay as grounded as I possibly can. Now, I'd done a little bit of research, and I realized that the last 400 feet of this hike was a virtual 400 feet climb using a system of cables that the park system has installed for the last push up the top to get to the summit of the Half Dome. Mentally preparing is one way of putting it, or obsessing and having many anxiety attacks along the way is probably more akin to what I did. We had done our entry in, we were at the base, at the bottom of the cable system, and I'm looking up, and I think, I can't turn around at this point. I have to go up. And I'm shaking. My breath is getting short. I'm having some serious anxiety about this last summit. Let me take a minute to describe to you the system of cables. The park system installs the cables during the summer, and they take them down in the winter, so there's only a certain time that you can summit. There's 2 cables on each side of you, and there are a few wooden steps that help you along the way. And you're pulling yourself up, and at times you're at an incline like this, putting one foot in front of you, using gloves to get on top so you don't burn your hands. And there's often people trying to push and get beside you or come down at the same time. It's a pretty hectic feeling for someone like me who already has anxiety about the whole situation. So slowly, with deep breaths, I summit and I climb. My friends are there supporting me the whole way. I get on top of Half Dome, and I look around, and it is absolutely amazing. And I'm in the middle of clouds. There's clouds all around me. There's about an acre of granite. You can see the whole valley for miles and miles. The little marmots running around, eating people's snacks. It's completely serene. It's an amazing experience. I took a little piece of the granite summit, sat myself down, and I cried a little bit. I was so overwhelmed with emotion and adrenaline, and I was just so proud of myself that I had done it. And I took a little break, got myself centered. I enjoyed the summit. and I had to go back down. I don't know which was worse, but I made it back down. We hiked out, and I was sore for the next week. I was in incredible pain, but it was all worth it. And in telling this story, I thought this story was about the beauty of Yosemite. I thought it was about overcoming my fears. I can't say that I've overcome my fears. I'm still deathly afraid of heights. But what I gained from that experience was that I was able to push myself through a really challenging situation. I made it. I didn't die. I did cry a little bit, and it was okay. And I made it.